Hi, I'm Swara Bhaskar, and these are my acting commandments as I have just discovered them in speaking with the Film Companion team. Curiosity. If you are not curious about what is the outside world and about things that you don't know about, then you're not going to be able to do very much with your role. And if you don't have the power of observation, to be able to observe people, to be able to be like, even if it's as basic stupid shit like traveling in a local train and looking at the fisherwoman and seeing how she squats, just basic stuff like that. If you're not being able to observe, I don't know how you're going to be able to build your characters when they actually come to you. So yeah, for me, curiosity and observation are like very, very basic to being an actor. I'd like to think that I pushed myself quite hard in trying to become my character. So whether it was for Nil Bhate, taking off to Agra and actually befriending maids and bais and hanging out with them and walking with them to their work and walking back and eating with them in their houses and kind of living that life, or with Anarkali of Ara, it was actually roaming around, going to Ara, finding actually such women, chatting with them, meeting them, and then in the middle of the night, like going to like ahead of Mathura to Kosi Karan to actually watch these shows, which was actually a little bit like, thankfully my dad came with me, but otherwise I was kind of like going on my own. And I had actually thought that if I didn't end up going for the show with the women that I was researching within Ara, but otherwise with that group, I was actually thinking I'll go onto stage and dance. And when my family heard this and when my boyfriend heard this, they were like, no, I don't think that's a good idea, because you don't know how out of hand that could get. Like, how can you actually think these thoughts? But otherwise, I do want to say that, as actors, it is important to push yourself, but it's equally important to preserve yourself. Well, I don't know that anybody worships me, but yeah, I think that we do get more praise than we deserve, for sure. And I think that what also happens in Bombay, especially because we're such a star-obsessed industry, is that when you are deemed to be successful by other people, you suddenly stop hearing negative things about yourself. Nobody will tell you actually have not done such a good job. Everybody is doing everything will be like, wow, kamal kar diya. So there's too many yes men around. Luckily for me, I think that I have people around me. Somehow this never happens to me. My biggest failure is discipline. I'm completely indisciplined and I'm very lazy, and my biggest failure has been to wake up in the morning and have like a decent sleeping routine. But I'm very good when I'm shooting. So just when I'm shooting, I'm in bed at 10 o'clock and I'm up at 5:30 in the morning. But that is only for the days that I'm shooting. If I'm not shooting, I'm a mess. I'm a screamer when it comes to boyfriend and a sulker when it comes to everyone else. But yeah, sulker. I feel nauseous at the first screening of my film. Literally every film, like Nil Bhate, not every, but the films that I'm actually invested in, Nil Bhate, Ranjana and Anarkali Vara, literally I have needed to be like, should I go vomit? But I have not, but I have felt like that. So I'm terrified on the first screening of my film, and I also not just terrified, nausea, and sometimes I break down and start crying only for no apparent reason. I think my inherent greed for more roles and my inherent vanity to see myself on screen in bigger, in better ways is one big inspiration that keeps me going, and also a very horrible thing to say. But I really believe that artists are driven quite fundamentally by, greed is a bad word, but by this desire for more, for better, and for this need for glory and for affirmation from the audience. And I think that I'm very much like that. I need an audience. So I think that is my biggest driver. And I'm sorry that this is not a more noble answer. So many different things. I've learned, I think that from Farooq Sheikh, I have learned, that the thing that you must aspire to as an actor is ease. That he had such tremendous ease about his performance. He was never het up by it. He also told me a very precious lesson that he taught me which he says was told to him by Hrishikesh Mukherjee, so Rishidas, or like one great passing it on to another great. He said that you can never go beyond, that the film medium is such that you can never go beyond the vision of your director. And I thought that was a very important thing to remember as a film actor. I think from Deepti Nawal ma'am, I have watched her and learned how you can channelize your inner emotions and your inner pain perhaps into your eyes and into and you can bring it into a scene. From Salman, I've learned, however big a superstar you are, at the moment at which you are in front of the camera, you should be like a joker, but you should keep trying something, you should keep trying something new. Salman is so wonderfully unaware of his superstardom when he's trying to do new things, and he's so unaware and he doesn't care about failing. So that quality of playing with your material and that quality of improvising was actually a wonderful lesson, and I was quite amazed to see that a star of Salman's caliber, that it was coming from him. The noble answer to that is I pray for better work and more complicated and challenging roles, but really I pray for glory and some happiness if I can. Alright guys, I feel like you liked that video. So if you did, do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to Film Companion.